Do the Ricky Carmichael stop, pose for the frame. What's up, my dudes? Ricky Carmichael going to Pro Circuit Monster Energy Kawasaki. Oh, wow. Carmichael came out with this new video where he's up ripping on the old Pro Circuit 4 Fatty Cowie. And I have to admit, it looks kind of cool seeing that number 4 on a Cowie again. That's kind of crazy. It's interesting how now they have Carmichael and McGrath on the same, manufactured team, even though they're not even racing anymore and they've been retired for at least, 13 plus years. It's kind of crazy how they now have both of those guys on there. But, Carmichael's got deep connections with Mitch Payton, so it is definitely a Mitch Payton Pro Circuit connection there. I don't necessarily think that's how McGrath is more connected to the factory 450 Kawasaki, Monster Energy Kawasaki team, whereas Carmichael is a little more directly connected to Mitch Payton Pro Circuit Kawasaki thing here. So he didn't really specify too much if he's going to be like a full ambassador. We don't really know exactly what sort of part he's going to play in this, but he's going to be on a Kawasaki. He's going to be on a Pro Circuit, dedicated Pro Circuit Kawasaki for next year when he's, riding at Daytona and doing all that kind of stuff. So just letting you guys know, when you get to the status of Ricky Carmichael or McGrath, you become one of these absolute great legends, right? You're going to be on some if you're involved in the sport at all, basically, you're going to be on some sort of ambassador program. That's just the way it is. I mean, McGrath has been retired for 15 years now? And he's still on an ambassador, factory team program. They're still giving him bikes, still giving him parts that, standard people wouldn't be able to get. Carmichael's going to be getting probably the factory level shit from Mitch Payton on that 450 Cowie. Trust me, he is. He's going to be getting stuff that you cannot get. He's getting that factory level, team treatment or whatever you want to call it, even though he's not even racing. So I just wanted to explain this to some people that thought that Carmichael was just splitting ways from Suzuki, and him saying he was looking for other opportunities. People were acting like he was trying to get away from Suzuki so that all different brands of bikes could come to his training sessions and shit like that. I swear to God, I had some people commenting that kind of thing. It's like, bro, no, Carmichael is not just trying to get on this, I don't want to officiate with any kind of brand. He left Suzuki specifically for a reason, and I don't know how much more this can prove that than him now becoming partnership with Kawasaki, Mitch Payton, and all that. So either way, this is really cool to see. It's cool to see Carmichael on the Cowie. We'll see what all kind of different crazy shit he does with that. There's really no telling, but it's cool. It's a cool kind of retro throwback, whatever you want to call it. But good old Spency Boy Motocross news guy had to come out here and tell you. So Carmichael's acting kind of laid back with it in his little video. He's kind of partnering up with some pickled little company. I don't really know. I didn't look into it super deep, but I don't think this is going to be like a major thing. It's just kind of a, Carmichael's got to have a bike to ride, guys. Some people just they don't understand. He's going to have a bike to ride. He's still going and officiating the official Supercross races. He still goes and does all his practice stuff at Daytona. He's still really involved in it and still goes and rides and does all that kind of stuff. So, guys, he's going to be on some kind of top fact. Somebody's going to take Ricky Carmichael. Somebody's going to give Ricky Carmichael a deal. One of these factory teams are going to always be up for giving Ricky Carmichael some kind of a ambassador program, some kind of a deal. I mean, for everything that he's accomplished in motocross, it's pretty much a given. Carmichael's just not going to go to the local KTM shop and buy a 450 and just put some parts on it and, hey, here, I'm going to go out practice out at Daytona and shit. No, dog. He's way bigger of a caliber than that. He will always be associated with some kind of factory team ambassador program thing until he's 80 years old. I'm telling you, as long as he's this involved in the sport, he is going to be connected to some kind of team. So now we finally get the confirmation that it's going to be Pro Circuit Kawasaki. So that'll be cool. Wonder if Pro Circuit's going to try to make another push for like a 450 side of their team now that Carmichael's on the 450. And I kind of get the idea that Carmichael's not really going to be helping out with the, like the dudes in the 250 class on Pro Circuit. He's not going to be like out there in training days on the, I don't think it's really going to be like that. It's just kind of a, Carmichael wanted the bike, wanted the Pro Circuit support, wanted something to ride, so he's kind of treating it kind of like a lay low, not like a super official, I'm going to go help out the Pro Circuit, 250 guys on all the practice days and things like that. I don't really think it's going to be like that. It could be like that, but I don't really think so. And of course, he's trained Savachi. Savachi's been out there on that Pro Circuit Kawasaki bike for all these past years. He's familiar, with what's going on around there, and Carmichael's so big to the point where he has his own he trains the people he wants to train, right? He's kind of gotten to a whole nother stratosphere of like Alden Baker. I feel like Carmichael's already totally out of that realm of like what he was when he first retired from Suzuki, and he was helping all the new kids coming up in Suzuki, like, when Dungy was on Suzuki and things like. I feel like he's kind of out of that sort of mentorship, job type thing. But we'll see. We'll see if Carmichael gets partnered up with Triumph and then partnered up with Pro Circuit Cowie. And I don't even know if he can do that, but I'm pretty sure Mitch Payton's going to be like, hey, Ricky, do whatever you want to do, man. Here's the bike, here's the parts, here's access to all this shit. Pretty sure it's kind of one of those things, I feel like he was a little more officially locked into the Suzuki program type situation. Maybe he didn't like how official that felt or how, locked in that felt. He wanted something more chill, And it definitely looks like that's what he's doing with this Mitch Payton Pro Circuit deal. So either way, Smithy Boy Motocross News, that's the headlines. Appreciate you. Be back next week. No big deal. Later, dudes.